Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare. It didn't take long for the government to put an oil fence around the whole mess. And then that massive offshore cleanup facility went up inside.
The big shell. I hear the cleanup isn't quite over yet.
It takes time. But in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection.
Alpha and Bravo. Deploy at the big shell as scheduled.
Approximately 6 hours ago, the big shell was seized by an armed group.
Do we have an ID?
Former members of the Navy SEAL Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group and they have the big shell under complete control.
What are their demands?
$30 billion.
$30 billion? What makes them think they can get that much?
There was a government-sponsored tour going on at the big shell that day.
Hostages, huh?
A VIP from one of the major conservation groups, and one from our own government. The most important person in a sense.
The most important person?
James Johnson.
The president?
Unless the demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the big shell out of the water.
And the crude will ignite, turning the Manhattan harbor into an inferno.
That's not the worst-case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history. You have 2 mission objectives. 1, infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell and safeguard the president and other hostages. And 2, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary. You should know that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue operation.
Is this a joint effort?
No. FOXHOUND remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
This is Snake. I'm now inside Strut A of Shell 1.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant's struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the Big Shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
What's wrong with Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden. All right, Raiden. You've already covered infiltration and VR training.
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part. Make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to reach you, contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
All right. I'll contact you if anything changes.
First, make your way to the upper section of the Big Shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
There's an elevator at the far end of that area. Use that.
Sounds good.
Your new sneaking suit uses electrofiber technology, a byproduct of fiber optics research. The texture isn't far removed from rubber, but the material protects against a wide range of toxic substances. The suit itself has a wide array of built-in sensors. It is referred to as smart skin in military R&D. Data about damage to different regions of the body, including blood loss, is exchanged between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
Relax. The suit applies varying pressure to major internal organs to maximize performance and safeguard their functions. They call this the skull suit in FOXHOUND.
Skull suit seems appropriate somehow.
The hatch with a circular handle will open into the elevator area. Locate the hatch first.
Copy that. Moving on to main mission objectives.
Alrighty guys, welcome back. Sorry this was a bit late. After completing the tanker part, I was WW2K15 had come out, and I've just been really giving that a bit of a thrashing, so I thought we'll give that a bit of a break and we'll continue on with Metal Gear Solid 2. And I'll just see if I can remember, because I set myself a challenge that I wasn't going to kill anyone. Just going to be tranking, so we're going to continue doing that. And yeah, we're just going to take our time. I'm not going to rush. I'm not going to take any shortcuts because, well, that's no fun. I want to enjoy it. So, I forget the setup. Because on different difficulties, the items are in a different location. I should have the M9. Nope. And I think it's been a couple years. I think I know where it is. But we should be alright. We're pretty good. So, whoop. Oh, I think the M9's in this room. That music always creeps me out. Ring ring.
I've sighted an enemy sentry. AN-94 and a Makarov. Those grenades, all his equipment is Russian.
Russian.
Must be a Grlukovich man.
Grlukovich?
A Russian private army that was in line to work with the Shadow Moses takeover group 4 years ago.
What's their stake in this one?
They
Man,
must
4
make a
years.
deal, an arrangement with the terrorists. They become a band of mercenaries, an army without a country.
I'm just gonna check before leaving. I can't remember if the M9's in here. Nah, definitely not. See, it's normally there, I think. Let's just crawl under that area. I think when it's easy, it's there. Let's have a look. Definitely not there. Because if I'm wrong, it might be in one of the rooms in the strut. See, I haven't got the map yet. I forget which. See, I'm really bleh right now because it's been a couple years. So it's definitely not here. Alright, moving on. Are we sure? Yes. Spent too much time in that bloody area. Also, just to add, I've got all the dog tags, like I mentioned in the tanker part. It all completed, got stealth, got the bandanas. Oh, might just turn Audacity down. Picking up my voice quite high, that's a bit better. Hello, hello.
Definitely another intruder in here
There.
besides me.
That's not a possibility.
I don't want it too loud because then it's like it goes.
Job.
One man.
We may not know who he is, but he managed
trying to
to
adjust
take
this
care of
headset.
every sentry in the area. They're all out cold.
I did end up buying
He's got some skills.
a proper headset to plug into my telly.
But for now,
It's a little bit fuzzy, but it'll do for now.
there's a terminal
About
in front of the
$40,
other,
$50.
A node.
Did you say nerd?
Not
Nerd.
Node.
Oh.
Use
Oh.
the node to gain access to the Big Shell's facilities network.
Then what?
Pull up the map of the structure. That'll let you activate the Soliton radar.
The Soliton radar?
See, I like this little feature. You gotta set off, like, you gotta program the computer to give you your radar so it doesn't automatically have.
Uses
Unlike the first
biological
game.
fields as input. These estimated enemy positions are projected onto a map according to reference points collected via GPS signals and field personnel reports. We need to get to the map through the Big Shell's node to put this
Leave it to me.
processing to practical use. The node unit is about 3 feet high. Should be colored blue.
Yep.
Each area has at least one.
How do I gain access?
Just push the action button in front of the node. The nanomachines in your body
think it's
will take care of
triangle?
the security clearance and allow you access to the node. Complete the procedure before those sentries gain consciousness. If they
It's like
spot you,
the first game, the controls were different, and then you play number 2, and it's like, hang on, why aren't the controls working? It's like, because they swapped them. Cheeky bastards. Hello.
Raiden, you won't be able to use any of the enemy's equipment.
Why not?
As if I wanted
You
to.
know that all active weapons are equipped with a personal identification system. The owner
That was like a
information
Riddick
for
game.
registration.
You couldn't use
At
a
the start of mission,
guard's weapon
anyone
because it was their
registered
DNA
user
programmed
tries
into
to
it.
fire the weapon. The ID system will not authorize the action.
But these are black market Russian weapons. How can they be equipped with identification functionality?
They must have been customized by the terrorists themselves. These are professionals we're dealing with, and they certainly won't let their own equipment be used against them.
I'm guessing it's the same for the Navy SEALs gear?
Right.
How am I
Right.
supposed to procure weapons then?
Find the ones that haven't yet been individualized. Everything you find in the item box is clean. You should know this from your VR training.
I knew that.
I know those.
Items in the item box.
He's like,
are yours
I know those.
at will. They will be your supply source with regards to weaponry and gear.
Gotcha. This bit's awesome. Striker, yeah. That's my birthday. Nationality Australia. If you didn't know, Striker was a previous name that I used before KayneHunterTaker. He was a vigilante who wore a skull mask and caved people's heads in with his bat. Hello? The enemy is waking up.
Good work, Raiden.
The radar should be functioning now?
Remember your VR training sessions. The tool is exactly the same one. It maps the terrain.
I tell you, the amount of VR missions, I'm surprised you remember anything at all.
The bright dot in the middle is you, Raiden. The red
Don't even get me started on MGS1 Snake, holy shit, especially hold up mode.
Your radar isn't affected by the
There's this
weather.
one part, you're in the tanker and
You
it's
won't
like,
be able to use
it's like a domino effect, all these enemies are lined up. And you just gotta run in, ding 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 ding. But the problem with the PS3 was, it was sensitive, like buttons, like you slightly press the square to hold it up, and if you press too far, it shot. God, I'd spent a good hour on that one.
I've set aside a proprietary frequency for saves. And an
Whereas the
analyzer to
Xbox
work
360, all you did was click the
Is everything all right?
one of the
What are you
sticks.
doing here?
Jack, can you hear me?
Rose, you're not
Fuck
supposed to be
off.
involved. What's going on?
Jack,
Who's
I'm
that?
Part of this mission.
Colonel, what the hell is going on?
That's rude.
Meet the mission analyst. She'll be overseeing the data saving and support.
Excuse me, I know it's rude.
The FOXHOUND analyst that was supposed to take part in this
I'll
mission
just
was
put
in
it
an
up.
accident. Rosemary was brought in as a replacement.
An accident?
And according to the files, she knows you better than anybody else.
Rose may
Knows
be
me like
service,
anybody
but an
else.
intelligence analyst is no field officer.
Not to worry. She has our technical staff at her disposal.
She's never been a part of a field mission. This is insane.
I have my own reasons for selecting her for this mission.
It's just an update.
Colonel, I fail to see.
I know your VR training
Just put it on
performance in and
silent.
out, but sometimes that's not enough.
There we go.
You're familiar with the Shadow Moses incident?
You know I covered it in VR.
If there's a crucial tactical...
God, this bloody VR.
It was the power of the operative's will to survive.
I was trained to fight. My
I was
personal
trained to
feelings have
fight.
no place in a mission.
We've learned
My
that
name is Friendly, and I love to fight. I had to do it.
help you can get.
The opportunity was there, and I took it.
Me whether you like it or not.
Pass off.
You need someone to watch your back. But I have conditions that need to be met, Colonel.
What is it?
I'll perform my duties and save that mission data, but I'm aware that technically I'm not part of the mission control team. After all, I'm just a normal girl who's worried about Jack.
Normal
That means,
girl.
Colonel, that I'm not required to follow your orders outside of my immediate duties. Jack is not simply a field personnel for me to track. His safety comes first to me, not the mission. And because of that, I will be monitoring and keeping a record of every communication you have with him, Colonel.
Given the circumstances, you're free to do what you see fit.
Hey, I prefer this to being kept in the dark waiting.
I'd like to make a request to
Crazy.
Of course.
His handle is Raiden. For the duration of the mission, could you call him that?
Yes, sir. All right, Raiden. Let me know when you're ready to turn in a save. The proprietary save frequency is 140.96.
Gotcha.
I just switched frequencies. Jack,
What?
do you know what day it is tomorrow?
April 30th.
It's the day we first met.
Isn't there?
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I'll keep trying till I hear the answer. I'm gonna let you go now, Jack. Take care.
Call me Raiden. I always used to call him Raiden. Ooh. Yes, I know.
Raiden, the enemy sentry is regaining consciousness.
Be careful, Jack.
Find somewhere to hide until the elevator arrives. You must stay out of sight.
Gotcha.
I'm under enemy fire.
Secure the perimeter. You'll never find me. Yeah. Not this round. No special items. It's only on normal. And like I said, we're in no rush, we're just going to take our time. I want to enjoy the game. Before I was playing to unlock everything, now we're just going to kick back and just enjoy the masterpiece. Can't wait for MGS3, that game I could spend weeks playing. I hate rushing. Right, we should be good. Hmm? Stupid! MGS1 reference coming up.